All right, guys, exciting day. We've got chicks that's come in, and I've got to go pick them up at the post office. But first things first, we got to go down to the brooder and get that set up and ready to go. Let's do it. All right, so we have the brooder that's put in the coop here. We just need to get the heat lamp so that we can get it hung up and get these pine flakes put into here. That way it's ready to go. We can bring the chicks back. First, I need to get this opened.
I gotta go to the barn and get the other feeders and stuff.
Yeah, we get it. All right, we're gonna use these pine flakes. We use them, they're a little bit bigger pieces of pine that are in here. They have the shavings too that are real fine. And instead of using the shavings, we use the flakes. That way the baby chicks don't tend to eat the little bit of, ingest the little bit of pine sawdust basically. So we'll get some of this put in there. Jerry went up to the barn to grab the heat lamp and the feeder and the water for the chicks. We'll get this in there and then we'll go get our chicks and get them back here. Excited. We're gonna use these pine flakes, which is gonna go in here and we'll get that done. Ready? Boom! Just like that. So next thing we wanna do is just get the heat lamp hooked up here and we can get it turned on so this thing starts to get warmed up for when we go get the chicks and bring them back. All right. These things usually just have this little grate you got to put in here. Just got to squeeze these little tines and the legs in here. Boom, got the heat lamp. All right, so we had to make sure we got the heat lamp. We had to get the chain so we can lower it down into the actual brooder. Sometimes you want to adjust the height of the light depending on the how much heat's coming out. If the chicks are cold, you lower it down. If it's a little hot, you can raise it up. So we have the top of the brooder cut out where we can put the heat lamp in. And so what I'm gonna do now is take this chain. We've already got a hook up here and just kind of hang it up in here above the brooder. Right around there should work. And then just take the plug it right in. All right, so all we want to do now is actually just set up the brooder so that when we get the chicks, we don't have to mess around with putting the food, the feeder or the water or anything in here. So like I said, we get the lamp hung here. I put the feeder over there on an old pail that we had. I think we're gonna grab another piece of wood or something that we can put the water on, their drink container there. That way it's elevated a little bit, it won't tip over, less likely to get nasty. So when we bring the chicks back, we'll introduce them to the water and they'll have that. And again, we'll keep an eye on them. If they're huddling up underneath the light, it might indicate that they're a little cold, so we can lower the light down to give them warmth. But from looking at it right now, it kind of looks like it should be in a good spot. But if they're staying away from the light, if they're kind of huddling towards the wall and trying to avoid the heat, then it must mean that it's too low and we actually have to raise it up so it's not as hot. So the first couple of days, we'll keep an eye on them and fluctuate and adjust to make sure that they're comfortable and just keep an eye on them, make sure they're eating and drinking. So pretty excited to get these chicks in. I have to go to the post office and pick them up. Can't wait, guys. All right. There we go. I'm gonna get some scoop of food. This is just a starter chick grow, just ground up food basically, so that the little chicks can eat it better. We'll get this all filled up, and then they'll have their food and water and everything ready and preheated. I like to put little boards in there, stuff that they can kind of get off if they want, something, a little purchase. Something gets them off the pine a little bit if they want to. Perfect. All right. Looks like everything's set up, ready to go, and we're ready to get the chicks. All right. All right, going to get the chicks. Let's get them. Like that, baby chicks. All right, guys. These are pretty dull.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, chicks. Looks like they're all alive there. All 10 of those. And there's your egg layers.
That one's gonna get mixed in.
So we've got 10 chickens that we're gonna introduce once they get old enough back to the flock here for an additional 10 egg layers. And then 10 of the Cornish Cross meat birds that we're gonna build a chicken tractor to put out here to pull them around, and we'll harvest them about 8 weeks. So what Jerry's doing now is she's gonna take the chicks. Since the first couple days they've been in the male here, we're gonna introduce them to the water. So she's just dipping their beaks in the water just to show them where the water source is. And then we'll keep an eye on them as they grow over the next few weeks to make sure everything goes good. You are being loud. Just start huddling under the heat lamp right there to get warm. Last one. All right, all 20 chicks have been put in the brooder. Now we can just close up this wire here. Yep, already in the food. That's a good sign. So all we do is just pull this wire nice and taut. That side's already on. Tighten it. There we go. We got our chicks in the brooder.